From the front line of truth, where courage meets convictions, this is The Conservative Viewpoint.
Damn it. Sorry about that, guys. Good evening and welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint on this Friday night. I'm so glad you're joining me as we kick off the weekend by talking about the things that really matter. I'm your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative. Now, on this day in history, all these days back in 1974, a political seismic shift occurred when President Richard Nixon became the first and only president to resign from office. It was a moment that redefined American politics, a stark reminder that even the most powerful among us are not above scrutiny and accountability. But then you turn to Washington, and what do you see? More accountability? Oh, the lack thereof. Another one of Biden's cronies just on Capitol Hill being questioned by Congress about former so-called president's mental decline. The questions are piling up and the answers are few and far between. It seems like the closer you get to the truth, the more the insiders climb up. They clam up. And we'll dive deep into what this means for the integrity of our government and the very questions about who was truly running the White House during Biden's so-called presidency. And of course, because it's Friday, we'll wrap things up with some funny videos to send you into your weekend with a smile. It's going to be a jam-packed show, and I can't wait to get started. So don't go anywhere. This is the Conservative Viewpoint, and the show begins now. Hi, everyone. I got behind a little bit, so I guess it doesn't matter here because we got people slowly pouring in here. Hi, Shell, and hi, Calico Crazy over there in Getter. Vic Show is running behind a little bit. She had a guest on there today, Rich, and he was still talking as when I closed out the show from watching them. So I didn't have everything ready. I didn't have my other computer up with Getter on it, so I had to get that going on, and it was like really crazy here and trying to get everything set up. My earpieces in and my cords are messed up here on my neck and stuff. That's crazy, right? But hey, welcome to the show, everyone. If you're new to the show, welcome. I'm glad to see you. Let me put this other light on here. There we go. That's a little bit better. Got a lot going on tonight. We're going to get through these articles real quick, but we got a lot about the Democrats that just came up, and it's pretty funny. It's been coming up for the past couple hours. And we're going to get into that here real soon. So let's give a shout out to what we got going on here. We got Rumble over here. We got Getter. We got Facebook. We got YouTube. My Facebook, if they don't censor me again, and I can't even figure out what they censored me for yet. Hi, Pat. Because it said that UFC. I didn't play anything with UFC on there. So they cut me off. And let's see if they do it again. It seems like they want to make excuses to cut you off for certain things and saying that the videos and the fair use notice you see at the beginning covers all this stuff. And if the people don't want it on there, make it, set the check mark that you don't want it shared, and it gets blocked. You can't download it. If you don't do that, it's fair game. The hell with you. And they keep doing it over and over again. So I put the fair use notice on there, and people should know it. So I'm sick and tired of these places like YouTube and Facebook censoring you every time you turn around for copyright infringements. You can put it so you can't get it copied. So mark it. Don't put it up there. It's free. It's fair game. And when it's in there. All right, we got Getter in there. I said hi to Shell and Calico Crazy in there. And hopefully we get some more people in there to say hi real soon. So we'll see what happens. But we'll get over here to Wimkin.com, WIMKIN.com. If you haven't done it yet, download the app. Join us in chat. Find out how much fun you'll have over here with all the people we've got in there. So make sure you do it. So let's give some shout out to the Wimpkin Warriors themselves. We got Pat to start off with. Everybody, Pat's in the house. Say hi to Pat, guys. Sean, man, Sean, we got Sean over here in Wimpkin. We ain't seen Sean in a while over here. Welcome, Brian. Brian, I heard you got a new job, man. That's good. That's great. Awesome. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy your new job. Tim, welcome, Tim. How you doing? Mary Ann. There's Mary Ann. Then there we got Texas Tammy just popped in. Look at that. See, I don't get it, guys. I don't see you unless you say hi, kiss my ass, whatever. Put a middle finger up there, whatever you want to do. I'm all good with it. We got Radical Right Sean just popped in over and Getter over here. Yes, sir, Bobby did. We got Colin from Scotland, guys. Colin from Scotland's in here, guys. UK, 6 hours ahead of us, and they still manage to join us. It's awesome right there. Yeah, yep. Here's my shirt, guys. Unvaccinated, conservative, meat-eating gun owner. And it said, what else? How else can I offend you today? Gotta love that, right? My brother's keeper just popped in there. Texas John over there. You gotta like this shirt? You like that shirt? I'm holding it crooked. Man, I can't tell when you were looking for through the camera. You can't tell if it's straight or not, but you gotta love that. I love that saying. But hey, Gregory's in there. If you get those ears lowered anymore, you can drag the ground, brother. Yeah, no kidding right there. I do that myself. I ain't paying somebody to cut this. There ain't enough up there to pay somebody to cut that anymore. So I rip it off because this is already bald right here, so it don't matter right there, man. Lee, what up, Lee? Going on, guys? We got a lot to go over. Hey, well, first off, I got to give a shout out to Big Law, and I know she's not in here right now, but I got this coin in the mail from her, and this is freaking awesome. It is from Air Traffic Control Global Reach for America. Look at this thing. Is that freaking awesome or what? Thank you very much, Big Law, for that. And the back, I really can't read too good. Let's see. What's that? What's it going to say there? Presented by HOAMC 1C1 fam. And it's in some kind of, I don't know what the hell that is down there, but it's freaking awesome. But thank you, Big Law, for this. I just got this in the mail today. It's freaking awesome right there, guys. Had to give a shout out for that. But yes, guys, we got a lot going on tonight. We got to get busy because we got a lot of stuff to go over. And we are going to start off with, and don't forget, anyone new to the show, give me a shout out. Y'all can get in. Don't have time for tonight's weekly drawing, but you can always get in for next week's drawing. Get your names out to me. Get it in so you can conservative viewpoint at yahoo.com. If you want in to win a chance of winning whatever it is I give away that week, give it to me in the email and a private message, whatever you want to do, guys. Get in here so you can chance to win. But the only stipulation is you got to be watching to win. If you're not watching, your name's drawn, you're not winning, but you will go back in for another chance for the following weeks and weeks to come. So get me your names in as soon as possible, guys, for next week's drawing. All right, let's get busy, guys. John M. What's happening, John M.? Let me make sure I don't miss nobody. I didn't miss nobody else. But we are going to start off with the Texas Democrats. Oh, I got a question for my Texas people in here. My Texas peeps. Has anyone been to the Medal of Honor Museum in Arlington, Texas? I watched this thing on the History Channel today being built. Holy shit. If you have not seen a picture of this stuff, look it up. That is the most awesome museum I have ever seen. But let me know if anybody's been there or have seen it or passed it or something, because it is a piece of artwork. $333 million for this museum, built on pedestals that you would not believe. This place is amazing. So, guys, if you haven't seen it yet, check it out. It's awesome. It's in Arlington, Texas. I want to get there and go see it. John T. Toner, what's going on over there at Facebook? Welcome. All right, let's get busy, guys. We're going to start off with Abbott. Says fleeing Democrats will have to stay out for years to stop new political maps. Texas Abbott suggested Democrats who fled his state to stop the new GOP-friendly being passed would have to stay out for years for this tactic to work. He said, I'll tell you this also. Democrats act like they're not going to come back as long as this is an issue. Abbott told NBC in an interview Thursday that means they're not going to come back until like 2027 or 2028 because I'm going to call special sessions after special session after special session with the same agenda items on there. Now, all we know right now is the Democrats have missed their deadline, but they are giving them until Sunday, according to Paxton. They are going to start, and they are hunting them down as we speak, though. They said the Democrats who fled the state starting Sunday as they seek to deny Republicans minimal number to do business during special session, with ultimately blocking the ability to pass new laws and House lines favoring GOP. When asked, the FBI had a legitimate role to play in the situation. Abbott replied, I am going to disclose, though all may or may not be involved. He added that they would be used every tool that they can to hold these people accountable. The governor said earlier on Thursday that the FBI, Texas Department of Public Safety, were tracking down the Democrats who left this state. We know they're heading to California, and we brought that up yesterday. Why? Because California is trying to redraw theirs to make up for what the Texas is trying to do. 1 second. Which is not going to make a difference. Pathetic. Yes, it was being built past couple years. So if you guys in Texas ever get past there, take a picture of it. It is it's both beautiful. It is a piece of artwork. When I saw it tonight, right before I come back down here, after I got out of my shower. Yes, I know, Tammy. They shouldn't extend it. They left before the other day, and they should have been arrested, but they're giving them until Sunday. But that doesn't matter because for this to work, like you heard Abbott said, it's going to cost them for years to do this. But Paxton moves to fire dozens of Democrat lawmakers after they fled the country. So we know they're heading there to talk with Newsom, and thinking it's going to somehow work. And say Texas is going to say, well, no, we're not going to do that. They had better. I want to see arrests being made come Sunday. But they say they're tracking them down right now. They're hunting them right now. And I love that. They're being hunted like prey. And you know what? The ones that I want to see is the skank herself, Rotten Crockett, because she is one of the worst. I guess she's as worse than Harris was as far as toxic staff environment and places to work. She's making a toxic work environment. Diva Crockett slammed in scathing report alleging toxic staff environment where staff is berated to tears. They need to punch that bitch in the mouth. Don't put up with it. Because here we go. We got something here for you. And first one is Boss from Hell, Jasmine Crockett lambasted by former staffers. Take a look.
Texas is also getting, Democrats in Texas are getting a little bit of attention because of their rising Democrat star, Jasmine Crockett. Turns out she may be a toxic boss, according to the New York Post. Here's the headline. Trump critic Rep. Jasmine Crockett is a no-show boss from hell who terrorizes staffers. Aides say, all diva, no wow. Inside, you see a quote, former aide to Crockett, saying that they don't like their boss. She is lying around her apartment, won't come into the office, and is just really indifferent to staff and will scream at them. She is never in the office and is very disengaged. She does her BS that goes viral and then freaks out over the most random things.
I mean, who's surprised? I mean, this is my favorite Congresswoman. I enjoy her because I think if you promote someone like this,
sorry for the echo,
then you can just kiss the national election goodbye. And honestly, I don't think this was like a secret. She kind of does act this way publicly as well. But she's getting the Amy Klobuchar treatment. Abuses the staff. Kamala Harris, we heard behind the scenes, abuses her staff, doesn't really do the work, trying to look for viral moments. And she's really not effective as well. What piece of legislation can you say she has been successful on? What piece of legislation has she changed the country on?
Well, unfortunately, fame is a very powerful drug, and clearly it has gotten to her head. I interviewed Congressman Chairman James Comer, and I asked him about her because she's on the Oversight Committee. And he said when she first came to Congress, totally different person than she is today. It's like night and day. And then we saw that in do you remember the Atlantic profile piece? Mm-hmm. She said she was shutting down the profile and revoking all permissions like you have the authority to do so. Because the Atlantic reporter had the audacity to ask other Democrats about her. And then apparently her lock screen is like a photo of herself.
The Escalade. She asked the staff to use the Escalade. They have to rent an Escalade to come pick her up. Now, normally, the members let their interns as well as their schedulers just use their personal car, and they can come pick her up. But she requires them to go rent the Escalade just to drive, and they have to be waiting outside of the Escalade with the door open.
Lars,
I'm sure you're surprised.
You mentioned Amy Klobuchar. It's unclear whether or not Jasmine Crockett eats salads with a comb, which was, of course, a rub on her. We reached out, actually, or Fox News Digital reached out to Rep. Crockett for comment. We have yet to hear back.
Yeah, the bitch ain't going to answer them at all. And I gotta correct it. Sean gonna make me correct this. And she said, for the record, Rotten Cross Crockett is not from Texas. The bitch is from transplant from Georgia. So we got to make sure that we get that straight. But she is a representative of Texas, man. And you guys got to get her the hell out of there. She is a drain on Texas. And you heard it yourself right there, guys. She doesn't go to work. She doesn't fight for the people of Texas. Hey, Dale. Hey, a friend of mine over in Dre. I haven't seen him for a while from hometown. Just joined over in Facebook there. Hi, Dre. Haven't seen him for a long time, man. But welcome to the show, Dre. All right, see what we got over there. Abbott has been skating for years. Yeah, they got to do something. Abbott informed me that these individuals who are in violation of the state in respective positions, they are obligated to provide. They have been abandoned their safety and security of the state of Texas. This is a state felony. And also, these people who fled Texas cannot use campaign funds for anything. He's going to charge them if they try to use a penny of campaign money for what they're doing. God, I hope this works out, guys. I can't tell you how bad I want to see this done. Texas is failing big time. Got that right, Tim. And Pat said something up here, too. And where did it go? And I missed it, and I could come down too far. Yeah, they found any and everyone that attended a J6 protest. They had no problem with that. So with all these people that are hunting for these Democrat pieces of shit, they should be able to find them. So we'll see what happens with that. That's for sure. What else we got here? Oh, this is the one because they're fleeing to California. California is holding a special redistricting election in November, according to the piece of shit Newsom. He got a failed state. He's got a failed podcast. He's a failure in general. And why would Democrats run to California? Because they're failures. And they've got to be treated like the criminals that they are. What else we got going on here? Oh, yeah, we got Tim Walz made the show again. Oh, yeah, this piece of garbage. Minnesota axe murderer who killed his own family in 1988 gets an early release under law supported by Tampon Tim himself. Oh, yes. A Minnesota man convicted of killing his parents and younger siblings with an axe when he was a teen in 1988 has been released early under the law of Governor Tim, the Tampon Man, backed on this. This guy should have never seen the light of day. And this is the soft on crime that you get with these pissant Democrats. You wonder why the crime is through the roof. You wonder why the crime with these illegal criminals are way worse than could be. This is why. These pathetic ass Democrats, it's unreal that they let these people off. Murderers walk. They're letting rapists, wow, and pedophiles off. That's worse than murder, I think. This is how pathetic this has become. If I was in Scotland, it wouldn't be rotten crotch. It would be Mingen? Ming? Wow, is that right? That's how they say that? Well, that's what she is. And I hope that's worse than the rotten crotch crockett she is. She's a skanko from way back. Oh, yeah. We could put her in China. She would be whoa, low, ho, whoa. Oh, yeah, she whoa, ho. They just stopped auto deposit of all their checks. Oh, yeah, get this one. Here we go. They just stopped auto deposit of all their checks to receive payment. They have to come to the Capitol, pick up their checks in person. And that's when they're going to be freaking handcuffed, I hope. That would be freaking awesome, right? They are being funded by Soros money through O'Rourke. Old Francis is also in deep territory. Paxton is out to him as well. I hope so. Any money they cannot use because Soros has to put that in as campaign money to be able to do this legally. And if he does that, they're all screwed. And I can't wait to see what happens in the next coming days, guys. And if it comes up to anything happens, I will go live to shoot it out to you guys. But my computer gets shut down after tonight, so it better be good for me to log it back up. All right, what else we got? Oh, now we got New York. We're going back to New York now. We got out of Texas. We headed into New York with another great thing. DOJ launches probe of New York AG Letitia James actions against the NRA. Oh, yeah. Attorney General Pam Bondi has issued subpoenas and impaneled a grand jury as part of a criminal investigation into multiple allegations against the state of New York. A source familiar with the matter who requested anonymity, which I don't like that shit. I think they should be, if you wanted willing to speak out. Bondi is investigating whether the Democrat attorney Letitia James in the state sued the National Racial Association solely to violate its First and Second Amendment rights. And I am a lifetime member of the NRA. And that's why that they moved into, where did they move? Texas or Virginia or somewhere like that. They moved down south somewhere because of this bullshit. And then I think they illegally did it. And I hope to God they find something out about this. They filed a lawsuit against the gun rights group in 2020 seeking to dissolve the organization, which had never happened, for fraud and abuse. The NRA failed to properly administer charitable funds and violated state laws. And that's bullshit. They've set that shit up too. The judgment held the LaPierre must pay $4.2 million and Phillips $2 million. The NRA has appealed the verdict. And I hope they put this bitch in jail. She needs mortgage fraud and everything against her. And I hope it all goes down. And, you know, they can even make shit up like they did against Trump. And I would be okay with that because sometimes it takes an eye for an eye. And that's all they've done. Because get this one. Appeals court tosses Judge Boasberg's contempt ruling against Trump over El Salvador deportation. Bingo. Drop the mic. Right there it is. And they should take that judge out too. He's a piece of shit. Activist judge. And something needs to be done about that. All right, let's keep going here. What do we got? 924. Okay, I got to get through these guys. What else we got here? And we talked about this yesterday about law enforcement in D.C. They're everywhere. Law enforcement is increased in D.C. at Trump direction. He said they increased their presence in the national capital as directed by Trump officials on Thursday. This has been the best run place in the country, not the worst run place in the country, and it has the potential. This is our nation's capital, people, and we got the piece of shit mayor in D.C. that doesn't go, a Democrat, of course, and it needs cleaned up, and Trump's going to take care of that. Terrence Williams is a good American. Yep, I like Terrence Williams. Terrence went from foster homes to nationally known and loved. Yeah, that's right, Calico Crazy. All right, Shell. All right, what else we got here? We got another win. SCOTUS greenlights Trump's plans for a large-scale firing at federal agencies. Gotta love when everything comes into place, don't you think? Exactly, Shell. He's going for it. And when the man says something, he's going to do it. Except for one thing, we already know it. We're not going to get into that yet or at all today. I don't know if I have anything on that Epstein shit today, but we'll get into that. Next week. There's always something about it. All right, veteran Biden. Here's the insider. Anita Dunn confronted by Fox News after facing grilling from the GOP. And what do you think she said? Not a damn thing. But a perfect Democrat can run their mouths all the time while they're sitting in there lying their asses off. But as soon as it comes down to the truth, their fucking mouths clam up and doesn't say a damn word. They chased her. And I don't think I have that one. Let me see here. No. Let's see. Get this one off here. But we do have, and I'm going to go backwards one step, and I missed this. We do got Stephen Miller about Washington, D.C. and how violent it is there. This is why Trump is doing what he's doing. Take a listen.
The president has been very clear that he's going to take the action necessary to secure the city of Washington for the people who live here, for all the American people and all who visit here. It's our capital city. It is more violent than Baghdad. It is more violent than parts of Ethiopia, parts of many of the most dangerous places in the world. It's really shocking if you actually look at the graph that has been shown comparing parts of some of the most dangerous failed states in the world compared to D.C. D.C. is more violent, and so he's going to do what's necessary to make sure our nation's capital is safe for all Americans.
Bingo. It's exactly what he's going to do. And that's pretty bad when you say it's worse than Baghdad and Ethiopia. That's pretty bad, don't you think? I missed the Amish country this year. I did not get to go to the Amish country this year. They're talking about Amish over here in Wimpkin, guys. You're missing great conversation, by the way. And I love going to the Amish country and seeing everything. And we got bedroom furniture that's built by the Amish. Man, that shit's heavy. They build the best stuff when you get true Amish in there to build this stuff. Oh, yeah, they have the best stuff. Oh, yeah, I got a cane. My cane that I use when I'm out and about, is built by the Amish. It looks like a saw. I don't know if I ever saw it. I got to show you guys that. Oh, it's right. It's awesome. A 4-hour drive. Wow. Okay. Yes, I am about 4 hours away from Lee. I'm on the western side of Pennsylvania. I want to come to Texas, Sean. Diesel prices are too high still. It's going to cost me $1,500 just to get to Texas. And I want to haul my fifth wheel, but damn, that's going to take even a lot more. But anyways, Democrat, that done. She sealed her mouth and wouldn't say a word, being chased down by Fox News today. Yesterday. Sorry about that. All right, what else we got? Trump announces that Armenian leaders will meet at the White House for a peace summit. The Armenians and Azerbaijan, I couldn't even tell you that name. That's a crazy, messed up name. They have been at war since the 1980s. Oh, yeah. And Trump is trying to broker a peace deal. This is a historic peace summit. Oh, yeah. Trump is the man to do it. He's going to get it done. He's taken out people that have been fighting for years and decades, and it's going to happen. We'll see what happens with that. All right, this one. Did you guys see the South Park parody of ICE? In bad form, Tom Homan says. Take a look at this real quick. Just a piece of it. Yep. Well, I do not like South Park. I never did like South Park. Some people did. Hi, Becky. Glad it's up and running today. But never did like it, and I think it's just low-class bullshit, and these people are idiots. Oh, right. But you want to see something that's funny. If you go on a news break and they were talking about this, and the liberals, oh my God, they love that. Oh, yeah, Shell. Yeah. Shell said South Park was hilarious. Why not show Master Debater? Oh, yeah. I remember that. That's funny there, right there, Shell. All right. What else we got here? ICE to open new massive detention center. Immigration Customer Enforcement will open a large-scale detention facility in Fort Bliss, Texas. Oh, yeah, in Texas on August 17th, part of President Trump's push to carry out what officials call the largest deportation efforts in history. And remember, guys, all this is going on. You got Democrats bitching about these people being in there. And I read somewhere earlier that a Chinese illegal criminal was being held in a nice detention facility, and they committed suicide. Oh, well, you'll have that. You shouldn't have come over here in the first place. I'm not going to sit there and boo-hoo for these people, these criminals that come into our country, especially a Chinese illegal criminal that is our enemies, that they have thousands of them running around our country and nobody has a clue of where they're at. They need the hell out of here. They are an enemy. You come in here legally. I'm not going to cry over these people killing themselves. It's not going to happen. Sorry if I'm like that, but it just doesn't happen. They're not worth it. ICE touts the arrest of pedophiles, drug traffickers amid surge in assaults on agents. And I love every second of it. And this is what the Democrats are trying to protect. Exactly. Bacon grease, everything, Sean. You got that right over there and Getter. Radical right, Sean. The other Sean's not saying that. They're talking about Alaska. Alaska too damn cold for me. All right. But I'm loving it. Getting these pedophiles, the drug traffickers, get them the hell out of here and keep them out of our country. They are not worth the slime on the bottom of my shoe to scrape off. Period. All right, where are we at? Nearly 1/3 of detainees released from Gitmo, get this one, have returned to terrorism. Oh, yes. ODNI data shows. They're letting these people out from 9/11 to do the same thing to us again of what they've done. These people should have never seen the light of day. They never should have been even alive. They should have had the death penalty. They killed over 4,000 people on that horrific day. They should not be alive, period. All right, what else we got going on? Here we go. DOJ considers death penalty against D.C. shooting suspect charged with a hate crime. And I believe that. That's an eye for an eye on that one, too. Because these people that died because of this idiot, their families don't get any justice. The guy's going to sit in jail and be babied for the rest of his life when their person or family or member is in the ground buried and never going to see them again. I don't have empathy for these people. Not at all. I cannot see it. I did not have empathy for the inmates in my prison that I worked for. I just don't have it. For pedophiles, rapists, murderers, anything, I don't care. They deserve to be. They don't even deserve to be alive. They don't deserve to be walking the street. They don't deserve to go to the commissary and get potato chips and candy and all that crap. They don't deserve it. Period. And their families hate that shit. And I really don't care. I was sitting for an interview one day, guys. Believe this. It was right before my shift at my prison. I went to another prison not far from my house, and I was interviewing for a supervisor position. And I'm sitting there in the waiting room for the visiting center where they're waiting to go down inside the prison to see their family member. These two little kids couldn't have been more than 4 or 5 years old, maybe 6 at the most. They come up there, they turn around and look at me and said, "You're a cop. I hate cops." Oh, yeah, I had my uniform on, so because I was leaving that prison and going straight to work. But this is what they teach their kids, that we are the bad guy, not their daddies that are in prison for murder, for rape, for assault, for robbery, whatever it is. We're the bad guys, not them. We're keeping their daddy away because they didn't do anything wrong, but they're admitted guilt. But we are the bad guys. This is what you get when you teach these pathetic people, teach their kids what's wrong and what's right. And they are totally wrong. All right, we're running out of time. We only got a couple more left. Hegseth announces return of the Confederate Memorial to Arlington National Cemetery that was removed by the woke idiots during the Biden administration. That's right. That's exactly what we should be bringing back. The Reconciliation Monument of Confederate Memorial will be returning to Arlington National Cemetery. He's proud to announce that Moses Ezekiel's beautiful historic sculpture, often referred to as the Reconciliation Monument, will be rightfully returned to Arlington National Cemetery near his burial site. That's freaking awesome right there. They need to bring back our history. Do not try to cancel our history of what these woke assholes have been doing. I'm so sick of seeing that stuff. We need to bring back our history. This is why we are here today. Not because of what the last 4 years have brought out. More than that, back in Obama's time, the racial divide that they've caused. And now we got the woke bullshit and the crazy ass people out there because of them. This is what's going on. And I have no problem telling that. All right, Trump's deadline on secondary tariffs arrives. U.S. relations hang in the balance. Bang anyone and everyone that goes and buys Russian oil. Get them good, and they will stop. You're going to find that out real quick, guys. All right, we've got time. That was my last one. We've got the disaster factor tip of the day. Here we go.
How would you survive if a global blackout occurred due to a massive solar flare, leading to widespread chaos and societal breakdown? Imagine waking up to a world where all modern technology has failed, cities plunged into darkness, and no way to communicate or access resources. The first 24 hours are crucial. Secure immediate essentials, water, non-perishable food, and first aid supplies. Find a reliable, battery-operated or solar-powered radio to stay informed. Band together with neighbors to establish a community support system. There's strength in numbers. Prioritize safety by avoiding crowded areas that may turn violent. Start purifying water from natural sources and learn basic survival skills like fire starting and foraging. As days turn into weeks, ration supplies meticulously. With societal structures collapsing, barter systems will emerge. Trade wisely. The key to surviving this dystopian nightmare lies in preparation, adaptability, and community cooperation.
And there is your disaster factor tip of the day right there, guys. I think it was a good tip. I have never brought one out for about a blackout, so I wanted to make sure I got one out there. I was just looking through the names here real quick to see who's all in here. And before we start this, let me get this off the screen. And here we go. Not too many names left in the hat here, so we're going to try out one right here, right now. And let me get down through here, make sure everybody's in here, and we'll see who's going to win tonight's prize. It's going to be, she is not in here. She's been missing for a while. I only got a couple more names in here. Let's see what's going to happen. And what are we going to win here? And it is Tim Kiefer. What's going on, Tim? Congratulations to Tim. And he's the winner of the knife that we're giving away tonight. Tim, if you would, give me a shout out in DM and give me your address, if you would. Congratulations to Tim for tonight's drawing. And I will put this over here, and I will get this sent out as soon as possible, Tim. And congratulations again to Tim. Don't forget, guys, we got another chance every week. So if you haven't done it yet, get your names in, guys. Because it's every day we're going to have a winner, or every week we're going to have a winner. Yeah, no, Gabby hasn't been in here. Fixer was in here, but he's not here today, I don't think. But she was supposed to get back from Alabama, Marianne. I don't know what happened to her. So hit me up in DM, Tim. All right, guys, let's get it on. What do we got first? Oh, this is the new day of the week. This is I think this real quick one. It's only 8 seconds, but listen to this. It's the fuck it news. Take a look.
The president has declared an extra day of the week. Fun Day will be created. It will be illegal for anyone registered with the Democratic Party to enjoy. Fucking suck on that, bitches.
Yeah. I love that one. When that I had to put that on there. That was perfect. That's exactly what I want to sit there and tell them guys. There you go. Tim's getting a knife. And Johnson Balls was over in Facebook earlier. That was awesome right there. I forgot to mention that. Mark! I didn't see Mark in there. I didn't get to say hi to Mark. Welcome, Mark. And did I see Fixer in here? Did Fixer in here somewhere? I saw there's Fixer. What's happening? Where is Gabs at, Fix? All right, what do we got next? Here we go. Let's see. We got Al Bundy. Take a look.
I'm home. Fuck you, dog! Like I said, sit down, heel! I don't have any money, I swear.
Jackpot!
Kids, wait a minute. Your old dad's starving. Could you please just... who cares? I'll get my woman to get me some food. Wonder where the monster is. There's the coffin opening now.
I really feel good. 8 hours at night, 8 hours during the day. So, you going to work, coming home, what?
I'm never sure. I just go where the car takes me.
Al, what are we going to do tonight?
Peg, I thought tonight we might do something different. You know the newlywed couple at the end of the block? I peeked in their window.
Oh, you're so kinky, baby.
Peg, I want to do what they were doing.
Well, I'm game. What were they doing?
They were eating!
You gotta love Al Bundy. They are hilarious, guys. I'm answering somebody. All right, what else we got here? Let's see. This is the short bus, and I think this is Bigfoot. Take a look.
Why is it good to always have a Democrat in your passenger seat? Because then you can always park in the handicap spot.
Now, that's a good one right there. Gotta have it. Let's get us a good Democrat. That's awesome right there. Cecil, did I say hi to Cecil? I can't remember if I did or not. So many names. Johnson Balls is right there, 6'6" in there. They'll tell hi, Johnson Balls. I love that name. I can't help myself. Yeah, we got to get some new names in Getter, man. You guys got to get your names to me so you guys can get a chance to win. If you don't give me your name, you can't win on the drawings. And I want to give stuff away, guys. How hard is it to give me your name? Come on, let's go. Ahmed and Son, take a look at this.
While I'm getting him out, so he won't peek. Okay, just look over there. Oh, wait a minute. When I'm not looking, are you going to kill me? No, that's actually a good way of doing it, you know. Kind of old school, but effective. It's like, hey, look at that. No, just look over there and don't look back until I say so. Okay, whatever. This is kind of like Christmas, huh? Yeah. Just look over there. Okay, don't peek. Okay, I'm not going to peek. Just stay over here. No? No. Okay. Who the hell is that? Hello, Father. It's your son, Ahmed Jr. AJ? That's right. Wait, I thought you were dead. Surprise. This is great. Hey, what happened to your face? Oh yeah, my bad. Ahmed, he's your son. Look at him. What do you see? Well, he does have my eye. Actually, I do. Yes, I do. Why do you sound like Elton John? When you were separated after the accident, he was raised in England. Did my mom miss me? Yeah, I don't know. What the hell? How do you not know? Oops. What's wrong with your leg? Nothing. What's wrong with my leg? I don't know. Can you fix this? No, I don't fix it. Damn it. Don't look at me. All right. We're gonna get Marnell to help us. What Marnell? He works for. I know Marnell! Come fix my leg. Hey. He's kind of cute. Okay, and moving on. Wait a minute, how do you not know who his mother is? I had 46 wives, you idiot. They all dressed the same and their faces were colored. How'd you tell them apart? The numbers on their backs? That's terrible. I know Mother's Day is a beach. And so are most of the mothers. That's not funny at all. At all? Who is at all? Was she your mother? I don't remember a woman who was all bulgy-eyed like you. Bulgy-eyed? But look at him. Well, you're not exactly squinting. At least my face is balanced. You managed to look asleep and terrified all at the same time. Ahmed, he's your son. Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and apparently this one got run over by a fucking lawnmower. You caused the accident. Accident? It was a huge explosion with great fire and destruction. You didn't mean for it to happen. I did too. You did not. Oh shit. Marnell!
That's funny right there. That Ahmed's son. I forgot all about him, and it popped up yesterday, so I had to put it in here. All right, let's get this off the screen. What else we got? Hey, let's get a little bit of our little buddy, Brad Williams.
Now, for those of you who don't know what happened with Bud Light, let me explain. There was a controversy. Dare I say, a brouhaha. The controversy happened when Bud Light announced they have a transgender spokesperson, and some people flipped the fuck out. I did not. I don't care. I want everyone to get a job. Like, I support transgender people. They're a marginalized group. I want them to be successful because I am also a marginalized group. I know. Some of you are like, but Brad, you're white. The other thing. I want transgender people to get spokesperson jobs because if they get spokesperson jobs, eventually Hollywood will work its way down to little people and I'll get a spokesperson job. And I could be a great spokesperson. I could sell you a product. I could sell you some Bud Light. Light? That'd be a great commercial. Bud Light Light. It gets you a little drunk.
He a funny little sumbitch. And you can back trans all you want, you little fucker. I didn't know he did that. Yeah, it didn't make me happy. You're going to back mental people. Oh, my. What do we got this one? Let's give you a little bit. We got the 10 best rock videos. I wasn't going to show it, but we made it to it. So let's take a look at the 10 best rock 80s videos. Take a look. There's 10 of the top 10 rock videos of the 80s, guys. I cut my hand somehow, and I don't know how. That hurts like a son of a bitch. Yep. Okay, what else we got there? We're going to have some more of that 80s music next week sometime. And we got one more. We're going to end the night with Jeff and Walter in South Africa. Take a look.
What do you think of South Africa so far?
Honestly,
Yeah.
not what I thought it would be.
How's that?
Look out there. We're in Africa, right? A lot of white folks out there.
It is South Africa.
Okay. There's the continent of Africa. Well, this is not what I remember from the Tarzan movies. What is your first name? David? And guys named David and Lauren. I don't think those are African names. I was expecting like... Anyway, David, what do you do for a living? Signage? What do you mean signage? You put up signs? That's exciting, David. Like, stop? Shit, there's an accident here. Well, where's the fucking sign? David! You're not the asshole putting all the political signs around town, right? This is the guy right here.
Did you know that one of the biggest problems in South Africa is the poaching of rhinos?
Oh, yes, I have heard this. It is mainly for the rhino horn.
That's right.
Yes.
Did you know that you really don't get in trouble here if you kill a poacher?
Really?
Right.
So you can kill poachers. You can hunt them.
That's right.
Well,
That's what I've heard.
okay, but it'll be weird having a trophy on your wall of a stuffed guy named Gary.
You know, Bubba J, Joburg is a lively city.
Oh, yeah, unless you get shot.
Did you know that South Africa has the largest brewery in the world?
The largest brewery? I'm gonna write a letter. My dearest wife, for reasons you will of course understand, I am never coming home. So after you become a citizen of South Africa, how long does it take before your skin to turn black? These guys are early on too, I think.
Oh, that's freaking funny as hell right there. I love that. I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I've got a headache now. I'm wearing my glasses too much. I hope you guys have a great weekend. We've had an awesome day today. When you got 1,000 for a Friday night, that's pretty good there, my brother's keeper. But I want to thank you guys. I hope you guys have a great and safe weekend. If you're doing anything, I've got to drive into the city tomorrow and Sunday, both days, because my father-in-law got bit by ticks, and the doctor won't come locally, so we have to drive into the city so he can get 2 more shots at 1,100. Hot damn. And so I have to drive him in there. He's 81 years old. His wife doesn't, my mother-in-law doesn't want him driving into the city. So now I got to drive him both days into the city to go get his shot. And he drives just fine, but now I got to drive him. So anyway, thank you for joining me tonight, guys. I hope you have a great weekend. And don't forget about Monday. Come back and see me. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to leave you with this. And that's all the time we have for tonight. But before you go, let's take a look ahead. This weekend, as you're enjoying some much-needed time off, I want you to think about what we've discussed. We've talked about the real heroes, the men and women of ICE, who are fighting to protect our communities from the most heinous crimes. Their work is a testament to the facts that there are still people dedicated to the safety and security of every American, and we owe them our gratitude. And then think about what's happening in Washington. The questions around who was truly running the country and the lack of transparency of the Biden administration and the dismissal of legitimate concerns are not just political talking. Like the staff, they already threaten or a threat to our republic by that Ann Dunn sitting there lying her ass off and won't answer questions about Biden's mental decline. So on Monday night, guys, we're going to pick up this thread and follow it. We're going to dive into these stories of the money the mainstream media that they don't want you to hear. We're going to get into the bottom of the truth. We'll be talking about the latest developments on the congressional hearings, and I promise you what we will cover will make you question everything you've been told. And you know we'll be covering what's going to happen with these Texas Democrats. That's for a fact. So don't miss it. Have a wonderful and safe weekend. From all of us here at the Conservative Viewpoint, which is me, I'm Charlie, and we'll see you Monday night. Have a great weekend. Good night, everyone.